Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to bring you a journal flip through. So I haven't filmed this journal. I filmed bits in it, but I haven't filmed the putting together. I'm just doing a flip through. Now the cover I have filmed making the identical one. It's just a little bit bigger, so it's not identical, is it? But same principle. I have filmed this, but I'm not sure what order things are going out in. So yeah, it's a 2 signature journal. I have filmed sewing in the 2 signatures because that's something I don't think I've ever done before. So I filmed that. I have filmed the making of one of this topper, not this one, the green version, and the making of the cover, but the green version. So it is, I've used Stampin' Up products for the frame and this cover paper. So this is all Stampin' Up, apart from the cabinet card. I think that's Tracy Fox Family Ties. It's from the Delicate Desert suite that I've used. I'm doing a showcase this weekend of it. This weekend, as I'm filming, I have to leave in 2 hours. Yeah. So lovely paper. I thought it had a vintage vibe, which is why I decided to do a journal. And these frames are the dies in the set. Let me just show you. So I thought these frames had a lovely sort of vintage feel about them. So yeah, and I've made some cabinet cards which I might pop in to the journal, but this is on the inspiration station, but that'll probably pop in this journal when I'm done, so it sort of matches. Might even like pop it in the front there so that it matches. I quite like it there, actually. That would be a good place for it, but it has to go on the inspiration station first. So I collaged on the cover, so this is chipboard covered in designer series paper and then collaged on the inside. Library pockets, I've got a video on making these library pockets. I've got a video on making this little booklet. It's just out of brown corrugated cardboard. Very cool. That's a letter from the bookmaker. This is a Roxy Creations flip out. I've got videos on making those. So we have a little pocket in there, flips out, just covered with different old letters. This is Tracy Fox Vintage Compendium. Let's put that the other way around because that's prettier. There we go. It's like old design shop, Artie Mays, different things like that. And so then the flip creates a pocket on the other side, which is cool. That's just another bit of that corrugated card. And you've got the lines from the corrugation there, which I thought was pretty cool for a journaling card. This is another Roxy Creations idea. So this is Rachel and Bella Crafts checks, and it's just created a wraparound pocket. So I got videos on making these. This is a Stampin' Up celebration set from the summer. And then this is another Roxy Creations that I did. Got a video on making these. There's several of these throughout this journal. I quite liked, I thought the look of them was good for the journal. Decal edged the edges. Again, another one of those tags. And then that's just I shrunk this down. I think it's Artie Mays. I shrunk it down, backed it onto coffee dye paper, tea dyed even. And I often say coffee dye, but I tea dye. I don't coffee dye. But some of these pages are old and they're from like when I first started, and I did coffee dye, but I went off the smell. That's another Rachel and Bella Crafts check there. Some vintage encyclopedia. So lots of journaling space in this journal. This is Edith Holden, and I've got videos on altering these guest checks. I thought the colour, this is the kitchen check, thought the colour went well with Edith. I've got videos on making that. This is my vintage ledger paper, and I have just did a little bit of a ledger stamp. I've got a video on making these. These are Roxy's little vellum pocketed ephemera holders. So there is lots of ephemera in here that can be dotted around. Faux postcard there. The journal, if people so wish. I thought the pink in this check went well with the avocado dyed paper that I did. A little bit of vintage note paper there, vintage music sheets. That's another of those, that corrugated cardboard box that I did. So I just put a topper on there. I've got a video on making those, and inside I've got a video on making this little ticket, and then this is a old letter that I got off a public domain site, printed back and front so that it looks like an actual letter. This is like a fold over pocket, so it's got quite a lot of space in there. There we go. And then some old notepad. This is a vintage shorthand typing book. This is an altered playing card, large altered playing card. I think I've stuck pattern paper on there, you know, like clothes pattern. That's what I've stuck on that to make it look old, and then just stamped it with some retired Stampin' Up stamps, and then a little bit of Tracy Fox going on there. So liked that. I thought it fitted that pocket really well because it's a tiny little tuck. That's Tracy Fox. I just didn't do anything with the centre signature. I just liked it. You can hand charms. I haven't. I've just left them. So again, some nice lots of space. Can either add some of the ephemera from the ephemera pockets or use it for writing. So this is another one of those flips. I made a tiny little flip on here, and I made these ages ago. There is a video on this, and I thought the colour went well with the avocado, and there is avocado paper on the inside as well. So quite like that. I love having all this ephemera ready-made to hand because it made filling this journal really, really easy. I sewed the pockets in. I sewed the signatures in before I actually added any of the decoration, and it didn't take too long. This is, I've got a video on making my altered paper clips, and this is, so this was an envelope back and front, so I just printed it, and then I just stuck some avocado paper on the other side, and I just thought that was quite cool. Nice big journaling spot there. The stamps even match, well, near enough, which I thought was pretty cool. So then my paper clip just goes on there. Some more of my vintage ledger, another guest check. I like that on Edith Holden, just a little cluster there, Corey cluster that I add, you know, a plain one, and then I've just added, I made those myself. Just more Edith Holden, just a little flip rather than cut it off. The other side of that check and the other side of that encyclopedia. Here, that's just a little digital I just backed. I didn't think it needed anything else. And then that's just an envelope that I made. I haven't put out in it. I've just left that. So that's just some collage paper. I think I made this. I think that's yeah, it is my own. And I just printed it double-sided. Made a quick envelope with the envelope punch board. I have done a video on making envelopes without an envelope punch board that you might want to check out. I made that so that, I had so much fun making this paper, just loads of stamping. They're all Stampin' Up stamps on music paper. I think I collaged, then stamped over it, and then I cut it up and put it on this for a tag, which I quite like that. Thought it went quite well. Another one of those Roxy Creation thingamajigs, and this one I stuck down so that I've got just a little secret pocket back there. So that's I think that's Old Design Shop. printed on parchment paper. No, yeah, faux parchment paper. Second signature, I've got a video on making these. This is from a window envelope, so I say it was handy having that in my stash. This is another little tuck there, just put in. That's faux parchment paper. I just thought that was in my stash, stick it in there. I'd already made these clusters, quite handy. Made these clusters recently, and I thought that went quite well on there. And then another cluster that I'd made, and I've got a video on altering flat face tags are the best. And yeah, so that's a little bit of, that's Stampin' Up DSP that I cut with my scan and cut, and I thought that went in there really, really well. Encyclopedia, the other side of that check. So I made both signatures out of the same similar sort of formula, if you like. Some more Edith Holden. I think I've done a video on this. I'm sure I did. I made the Franken paper behind. That's what I did, and I created this tag with it. So, and I thought she went in there quite nicely. And then I just, because this is a sheet that I folded over, this was upside down, so I've sort of disguised that. Some more of my vintage ledger paper that I left the end on. So that's the actual middle of the ledger. It's massive, absolutely massive. Not very much writing on it, so I've just used a ledger stamp there to add some more. That's another one of those round the corner tags. So this way, so oh yeah, I put some like decoupage doily, not doily, I'm always calling them doilies, paper napkin on there. So I made that at the same time as the other one, but I thought that pink flower went well here with the avocado dyed paper. And another Roxy Creation tag there. They were, what were they? Tall, skinny collage tags. Another little notebook there, small music sheet, lots and lots, journaling space, shorthand typing page. And then this is the centre, which is another one of Tracy Fox's lovely papers. You've got this on the back. Well, you can print that on the back side if you choose to. I just liked that. I just thought that was perfect centrefold. It's even got like sellotape down the centre, which I really liked. And I love this book for shorthand typing, because you've got like examples of letters and things for people to practice typing and how to set it up. I think it's really good, and I love that. Love it. Flip there, and another Roxy Creation flip here. That is Family Ties from Tracy Fox. Put it in there, and then flips out there. So I've got a little library pocket there, just a little bit of journaling in there, and then another one of my guest checks there. And then, oh, this is one of my faux pockets. So that's Edith Holden. This is Edith Holden. So this video, I haven't put anything in it, so it's there to put your own goodies in. I often just put coffee dyed paper in there, but I thought, oh, I'd leave that as something to put your own little goodies in as you collect tickets from visits and what have you. There, another kitchen check there, and just did a little cluster. I've done a video on making these little bits of ephemera, the other side of that check. Paper bag that I made from corrugated cardboard, you know, paper as well. And this is another one of those window envelope tags that I got a video on. So that tucks in there, and then I just put this. I made this yonks ago, absolutely yonks ago, and I've got a video on making that as well. So, and then this is another one of my recent envelopes that I made. I've left it empty as well. Really like that cluster. I've got a video on making the clusters. This is from my last charity shop haul. This is sort of recycled tobacco and paper, and they've like, it's 2 byproducts from 2 industries, and they put them together, and I just think it's a beautiful colour. Loved it. So that's in there, and then another one of my library pockets there just on the back, and this one's got, I did the front and back of the envelope, and then just a little bit of coffee dye paper for a last little note in the journal. So, and now I can't get it in because I can't. No other reason. There we go. So we got a little bit of an envelope theme going on there, and that's it, my little sticker. Yeah, so a little velvet ribbon. This ribbon has been coloured. It started off as pale papaya. I'm just frantically looking around for the spool and I can't see it, but much paler, let's just say that. And I just coloured it with my stamping blends to give it a much more vintage look. There we go. So just tie that there. Lots of ribbon so your journal can grow. There we go. So that is my journal, which when I'm back from holiday and everything, I will sort out a shop front to sell these from, probably Etsy, maybe Ko-fi. Haven't decided yet. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I'll be back with a make very, very soon. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe.